Post-midterm election 2022 is going to go down as one of the biggest markers towards federal legalization, as we see 21 states going rec. There are 37 that are medical. Florida, they're going to see gas station weed. We've been joking about that in the industry for a long time, but it's going to be legit down there. So that kind of raises the question, what makes you want to go to a dispensary? We're going to take a look at that, as well as consumers driving that change along with data and maybe healthier options. Distribution is huge. We saw that during the lockdown with delivery. So asking about all of those sales trends and how that matters, especially around the holidays right now, I can tell you one thing, discounts are going to matter.
It's only entertainment.
Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your Cannabis Business podcast. So with gas station weed right around the corner, let's take a look at why somebody would go to a particular place. Like, why is your particular dispensary your favorite? And 36% said it was based on location. 1 in 4 said it was based on variety type. Almost a third, 27%, like the price. So still kind of about the highest THC, lowest price point, I'm guessing, for a lot of these markets. COVID definitely sped up online orderly delivery, all of that stuff. So looking at Illinois and Colorado for online ordering, 1 out of 5 in Colorado, 1 out of 4 in Illinois. There's not a whole lot of options in Illinois. I was out there in September. Colorado, there's a plethora. You would think that there would be more options, but being vertically integrated means that they can kind of control it and do what they want. But then again, a lot of people like going into the store. So in Colorado, 16% said they enjoyed the in-store experience. Illinois, more transactional, 9% in and out. So then there's also the enjoyable atmosphere. 25% in Colorado enjoyed that, only 16% in Illinois. It's not necessarily why I go for kind of enjoyable atmosphere, but I have been to some stores, loud music, whatever, and that's kind of their atmosphere. But I think it takes away from being able to communicate with a bud tender, especially if you don't know what you're doing. If it was like online ordering only, it wouldn't really matter how loud it was in there. So all depends on what you're trying to accomplish. One of the main factors in Illinois that people didn't like is not being able to see the products. I made Pot Shop Crawl on Illinois and Chicago about that very thing, and Vegas, where you have to order from a pad, and it's not an enjoyable experience. I think people want to see it. So there's that. In terms of like Florida and and Colorado, it's about location. 23% they wanted delivery. I know I would order more if delivery was available. I hate trying to get in there on certain days. There was, Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. There's always deals on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, 30% off. So again, 420 is dead. Those prices don't even matter. You'll get more on a Black Friday than you will on 420. But delivery has got to be more available. I think without that kind of distribution, it's going to be a lot harder. Looking at who's buying it, heavy consumers, asking what your favorite dispensary is, looking at lowest prices, obviously, because you're going to be buying a lot more. They want variety of products. I definitely want consistency. I know the blunts that I like, they're not very consistent. I thought maybe it was mold, spider mites, whatever. Nope. Come to find out, the purchaser wasn't ordering enough. When you also look at heavy users, their percentage of consumer listings that's attributable to the reasons for their favoritism, reward programs. I know I've switched stores once. They considered me not to be in the industry because I wasn't a producer, processor, retailer. So, consultant or otherwise is not included. So found another store that had better reward programs. 30% off is plenty. But if they don't have a good rewards program, I will find someplace else. Product promotions, I think that's kind of the same thing is discounts. That's huge. I'm surprised reward programs is only 16%, but product promotions, maybe that's the actual discount. I wait until Tuesday, Friday, or Saturday when there's 30% off, definitely, because it adds up. So I'm surprised it's not more than 25%. Number of strains available, that's not my concern at all. I mean, you can't even keep up with the strains. It doesn't matter how many strains they have. They're always different. They're not consistent and the product availability is not consistent at all. It's one of the most annoying things in the industry. I've mentioned that before, trying to find a more stable approach to my cannabis use, because finding a new strain like every month or whatever is not sustainable. I've been doing it for a couple of decades and it's getting kind of old. Referencing back kind of the atmosphere and having loud music and stuff, and you look at this chart with new users who appreciate that customer service that they need to get from a bud tender in order to really know. So looking at new versus long time users, customer service is definitely important. There's going to be a lot of, I think, turnover of customers, as well as, I guess, bud tenders too, but you need to have somebody there to kind of help those new folks coming in, constantly coming in. Having an online order only, a line where you can go and pick up your stuff, is really nice. So like all the people who don't know what they want, they can go stand in a long line, and the rest of us who know what we want, we just go in there and get it, and we're out. So that's definitely something that I've really liked that they've started since around 2020. Here's what's flying off the shelves in terms of distribution, or I guess mostly just sales, with strains, OG Kush, along with wedding cake and gelato. Kind of surprised those are still going. And then on the rise, you have GMO, Sour Diesel, Granddaddy Perp, San Fernando Valley OG Kush, Bubba Kush, Durban, Apple Fritter, Strawberry Cough. Did I already say Sour Diesel? A lot of sales happen in the pandemic. A lot of discounts happen as well. That's put some price compression in the markets as well, with that average retail discounting every single day to get people in. It had to stay because people's expectations are there now. So this graph is showing the average discount in the U.S. markets from October of 2021 until this year, showing the relative change in that average discount over time. You can see that the past 12 months, average discounts increased in all the markets, but there's some drastic differences between the states. So the lowest discounts of any state by far is Massachusetts. They had the largest relative increase, 91% of discounts. So it went from about 1.7 to 3.3 over the last year of average discounts that raised. Illinois also had an increase of 84% in the amount of discounts that they were offering. And on the other end of the spectrum, Oregon had the smallest lift in discounts at only 9%. Michigan saw a dramatic increase in discounts over the last year, a much slower increase over the past year, only rising by 14%. I know what that discounts definitely get me in the door, and without them, I will wait. Our edibles report, we mentioned that the number one day for edibles is Friday between the hours of 3 and 5. And this report here is showing that the highest total retail and sales for 2022 has been on a Friday, highest grossing day of the week. So 3 of the top 5 grossing days were not on a Friday. That was 420, supposed to be the biggest day in cannabis. That was on a Tuesday. So Green Wednesday, that's the day before Thanksgiving. And then December 23rd fell on a Thursday. That's Christmas Eve. So with Green Wednesday and Black Friday both being the second, third largest grossing sales days of the year in 2021, it means that Thanksgiving week is going to be pretty important every year moving forward for cannabis retailers. You can see that Green Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, saw a sales increase of 61%. It's a lot higher than that relative change for Black Friday. That's only 14% growth. That means that Green Wednesday is much more different from a typical Wednesday than Black Friday and a typical Friday of that. So through the holiday weekend, consumers are also enjoying increased discounts. Black Friday had the highest increase in average discounts compared to the previous 4 weeks. Cyber Monday is also fairly decent. That was 35% off. If we break this down by hour, transactions per hour, we can see that Green Wednesday and Black Friday increase in total basket volume was a lot less than the sales increase that we saw on the previous graph, meaning that the sales boost was influenced by both an increase in transaction volume and an increase in transaction size. So this year, retailers should expect to have more customers in their stores, and those customers are purchasing a lot more than they usually do. I just got back from MJ BizCon in Vegas. Really busy. It was a Monday, and I had to remind myself it wasn't a Friday. So people are traveling, they're out there, they're doing their thing, probably buying some stuff. But at the same time, I feel like that might be the last hurrah. And kind of with prices increasing, everything else, people are really hunkering down. I don't know, could go either way. But total basket volume is about half as normal on Thanksgiving, but average hour transaction volume was increased. So that can kind of be explained by stores staying open for fewer hours than normal, and that's sending their bud tenders home early for Thanksgiving. Transaction volume didn't shift as dramatic on Black Friday as compared to like Thanksgiving. That could maybe due in part by a lot of consumers in the US, they don't work on Black Friday. So their cannabis shopping could be less limited by that routine 9 to 5 schedule. Now, if we look at Green Wednesday compared to an average Wednesday, beverage increases by 111%. Edibles increased 87%. So that means people are going to their in-laws for Thanksgiving and wanting to kick a beverage or edible before they go in. Not a bad idea. Probably should have done that this year. So it could be for a number of reasons: indoor gatherings, ease of sharing, or approachable products for inexperienced users. People don't like to smoke. So tinctures increased 55%, concentrates increased 56%. Significant increase or growth there. Leading up to Christmas, December 23rd was the 5th largest day of the year in 2021. And the 23rd has a massive day for sales. So customers are definitely kind of going in last minute gift shopping, maybe stocking stuffers, or again, just trying to deal with the in-laws. They saw 74% higher sales growth or a sales day than average for the previous 4 Thursdays, including Thanksgiving. So Christmas Eve is also totaling more than 63 million, highest average discount of any day in December, including the last minute gift shoppers. And then maybe not so surprisingly, Christmas Day was the worst day of the year. Nobody was going in. It's literally the smallest single sales day of the year in 2021 was Christmas Day. So similar to Green Wednesday, you see beverages and edibles had some of the highest relative sales growth during that lead up time to Christmas. One difference being the high sales growth of topical products. Topicals are definitely a gift idea, so people are buying that and giving some bath bombs and stuff. Concentrates and flour, they grew less in the market overall, 18%. So that dabs and eighths might not be what customers turn to when giving for the holidays. I'll take either. You guys can send me whatever you want. All in all, normal holiday sales are becoming way bigger than the 420 and cannabis holidays. So it's definitely normalizing. Industry is growing and maturing. You're going to have to come back to the Talking Hedge and find out what else happens. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.